don't care, I look for you everywhere. Oh, here's my way just one more time.
Hi. So last I was talking about how I got to Real World Studios. The thing about Real World Studios and Real World Records is that it's a world label. So literally Peter Gabriel would go around the entire world signing these incredible artists, and then they would come to Real World Studios and stay in it was like these it had been some kind of like factory or something like that before. It had a windmill and and it had all been converted into lofts, and so it was a residential studio. So you slept on the property in your little loft space, and had your own room, and so it was so cool because I met with the Tibetan freedom artist. Her name was Yangchen Lamo, and she escaped Tibet on foot by herself, and she was telling me that she made it out of Tibet so crazy with a handful of flour in her pocket, and she used to walk at night and sleep during the day and hide, and then she used to, in the puddles along the way, puddles of water, she used to mix the flour and make a paste, and that's how she survived. That's what she would eat, is this flour paste, and that's how she survived on foot. And so she was doing her record, and she asked me to sing on her record, which was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So I was so honored, and I sang on her record and got really close to her producer, who was a French producer, and I asked him if he would do a French spoken word on my record, and he agreed, and he did. And then Joseph Arthur shows up. Joseph Arthur was the American artist that was on Peter Gabriel's label, and he was doing some work at the studios, and I wound up writing like 3 songs with him, and then he sang on my record too, and one of those songs actually wound up on the actual album. So it was and then the most epic thing happened was Peter Gabriel himself sang on my record, and that was like mind-blowing, to have Peter Gabriel. Not only did he sing on the record, but he wrote like a specific part, a whole new part to the song, and it just made it so much better. And and when I heard his voice for the first time on my album, I was just like, this is otherworldly. Like, nobody gets to do that. Who gets to do this? I mean, I cried when I had to leave, but before I left, I wound up just flying in, like, my own guys, and that Howie Benno, I flew in, and another guy came in from America, and then one English producer. So I had 3 producers on that record, which was kind of chaos, and it showed on the record, but it was epically amazing to make, and I'll never forget that experience for as long as I will live, because that was really special.